we are again, half-ass off-grid. There's our turkey breast. We're gonna make some pastrami out of it. So to do that, the first thing you gotta do is make the brine. So I'm doing kind of a smaller brine. I cut this in half. So you got a half gallon of water. Half cup of salt. 3/8 of a cup of brown sugar. Don't ask me how I got that. Let's just say it has been wrung. And then a tablespoon of pink salt. This pink salt is not Himalayan pink salt. This is pink curing salt. Two totally different things. And 3 tablespoons of pickling spice, which we have our own little mix that we made there. So we're going to heat this up until the sugar and the water is dissolved. The sugar is dissolved in the water. Bear with me, it's early. And then we'll let it cool and brine the turkey up. Well, all of our salt and sugar is dissolved in there, and you can see the brine has taken on a nice tea looking color. So to make sure that we don't cook our turkey breasts, we need to cool this. So I'm going to take it outside and let it sit while we make breakfast, and then we'll put the brine to the turkey. Here's our brine. It's all nice and cool, looks like tea. And believe it or not, tastes suspiciously like pastrami. So now, I'm just going to put this in here to make it easier to pour. But we're going to give this a good swirl and dump this brine in here. All the delicious herbs and spices. We'll seal this up. And off to the refrigerator it goes for 1 week. Let's wish it luck. Good luck, turkey. Perform well. All right, here we are, 1 week later. These turkey breasts have been soaking in the refrigerator in the brine mix for a week. So now it's time to get them rubbed and get them in the smoker. So I got a little pie pan here. Hopefully this will work out. This is a tablespoon each paprika, coriander seed, brown sugar, and garlic. So we'll dump that in our little pan. Tablespoon of mustard seed. 2 tablespoons fresh cracked black pepper. So I'm just going to mix this up with my fingers. Make sure it's all tucked in there nicely. This way you can at least see where the noise is coming from. And I'm going to go over to the sink, dump that brine out. We're going to put this rub on and let it sit a little bit before we send it out to the smoker. Here's our future turkey pastrami breasts. And I'd say that penetrated pretty good. These are kind of hard. They kind of almost feel like jerky. But we'll let them dry up a little bit because they're gonna leach some water out. They're gonna like sweat a little bit before we get that dry rub on there and let that soak in. So I'm kind of trying to coat this. Seems to be working well. It's like shake and bake, and that helps. So I'll get this pressed in there good. Into all the nooks and crannies. We'll just take and put a little bit of this rub on here just in case we need it. And we'll let these make sure and stick that rub on there. Then we'll go smoke it here in a little bit. Hard part probably be keeping it lit, but we're gonna smoke it at, I'm gonna try and smoke it real close to 175, get it up to 160 internal temp, and we'll see how it turns out. All right, out to the smoker we go. I think these are looking pretty sharp. Nice rainy day today. But let's set these down. Get this opened up. Still running a little bit hot. I'm gonna have to turn it down. But in the meantime, oh yeah. So I like to smoke everything on a combination of alder and maple, because that's what we have here. So, in goes the turkey. And then I'm gonna sprinkle the leftover on top here, just to make sure that we get all that flavor on there. All right. We'll come and check the temperature in a bit here and see if we've got it cooled down. You can see my wood actually caught fire. Oopsie poo. But we definitely want to keep it under 200, so that's what we're shooting for. Ah yes, here we are. Time for a status check. Oh, look at that awesome smoke. Look at that. So let's just stick our little timer in here. See what we're at. Come on, keep going. Doesn't look like we're quite ready yet. This is a nice slow smoke. We're at 120 and some change. So we'll let it do its thing for a little while longer. Stay tuned. Alright, looks like the moment of truth. I did move this down after we looked at it last time. Looks like we're good and toasty in here. Stick that right in the middle. See what we get. Looks like we made it. Time to get this out and get it rested and steamed up. Yum-ho. So we got this steaming up. It's gonna give it some of its moisture back and tame the salt down. And we'll let it chill. Ta-da! There we go. I've got a couple of pieces of this, and it is definitely good. The steaming helps because it's a little dry because it's not red meat, but I'll take it. Turkey pastrami out of a wild turkey. Can't beat that with a stick. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.